Part two of my Candace Owens, Baron Coleman, Stu Peters recap. So, we talked about Candace Owens releasing information about the 911 call when she said they was like, get that off of him. Baron Coleman said that could mean a lot of different things, even though he kind of speculate what they meant. He's going to wait till Candace provide further information. Baron Coleman also folded his episode into the medical examiner that like retired, that left or whatever she did. She stepped away from her position. And he too confirmed that she did along with other people. And he believes it's because of the autopsy or lack thereof, is the way he put it. And Baron Coleman was saying how, when you pass away, from the time your death is called to the time you're put in the ground or cremated, there is a record of your body. There is a record of who is handling your body, because at that time you become the property of the state that you passed away in, and you're their property until you're in the custody of. You're in their custody until you're buried. Okay? So he said there should be records and documentation for all of this. And if there was an autopsy, there wouldn't have been enough time for there to be even a flip-flop autopsy and embalming and everything that comes with after you die in that 8 to 12 hour time frame. For the simple fact, the body had to get back up to temperature. He said after the autopsy, your body had to get back up to temperature in the refrigerator until the the embalming or whatever can happen. And you have to be embalmed in order to be transferred out of state. All of this, which is documented, which should be documented you're in someone's custody at this time. Okay. He said it's against the law to transport a body from one state to another without it being embalmed and without it being maintained at a certain temperature. That's pretty much what Baron Coleman went over today. It was just a real like classroom style episode of that whole entire process, because he said everybody should understand this when thinking about and asking the question, where is Charlie Kirk? Okay, let's get to Stu Peters. Oh my God, Stu Peters had my heart heavy. It had my anxiety through the roof when he was saying the darkness that we have no idea, our brains really can't comprehend, the darkness that is behind the why. And he said that him and Anna Escobar, they started searching and tracking plane records. And they went back a year and a half, and they really started noticing a consistent pattern around July of last year. And Baron Coleman, he even estimated that it was around July of last year where he believes, in his personal opinion, allegedly, potentially, maybe, perhaps, the planning of all of this started. So I'm going to let Stu Peters tell you what they found. Listen to Stu Peters.
I don't know if people understand the magnitude of all of this. Turning Point USA aircraft on over 20 occasions meeting with Miriam Adelson's aircraft. How long are they meeting up? You said about an hour?
About an hour or two of overlap usually before the Adelsons take off for Israel. So what we've observed is that on several occasions, starting in, I believe, July of last year, with increasing frequency. At the beginning of the year, I would say that it was happening on about an every 30-day basis, but by the time we get to July, it's every 2 weeks. At that point, these Turning Point aircraft are doing their fundraising activities. And then they immediately go meet up with the Adelsons, and the Adelsons fly on to Israel for one day, and then they come back.
Okay, hold on a second. Turning Point USA aircraft meet up with Miriam Adelson's aircraft for roughly an hour of overlap. And Miriam Adelson's aircraft then immediately leave and go directly to Israel.
That's right.
And then they come back the following day from Israel.
That's right. It definitely follows the same kind of pattern that you would expect to see if someone was delivering cargo of some kind. I mean, it doesn't seem as though it's for any kind of pleasure. These folks are in Israel for just a number of hours, and then they head directly back to the United States. Sometimes they'll have a brief layover at Paris LBG, which is the same airport that our Egyptian planes actually frequent. But at any rate, they head over to Israel, and then they head right back and go about their business. And then about 2 weeks later, they meet up again.
Just so y'all know, the only reason why I have Stu Peters cropped out is because I think he banned on this platform, and I'm trying to keep my video from not getting banned. But y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy because they go on into the episode and begin talking about how these are signs. I have to choose my words carefully. The way these meetings are happening is the way someone that is like getting a traffic ticket would do. Like, if you get a lot of traffic tickets and you're known to have traffic tickets and you work with an organization that gets banned and you get banned from countries and stuff because you just do a lot of traffic tickets, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all know what I'm saying. But that's like a sign of that. And then if you take all these traffic tickets and you think about the people that's catching traffic tickets, you sit up here like allegedly, potentially, maybe, perhaps these motherfuckers got traffic tickets. You know, they some traffic ticket getters, you know? So if you think about her history, allegedly, potentially, maybe, perhaps, all these pastors, literally all of the ties to everyone's generationally, all of these families from the Farnsworths to the Tyler, you know, the man that brought him in. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't even think right now because I got too many Tylers in my head. From the Farnsworth family to the Boyer family to the Franzwe and all their family. Like, all of these fucking families, even the Colvetts, all of their history and all of their everything ties to military and ties to traffic tickets. And that shit is crazy if it was operating under the guise of TPUSA a year ago and Charlie Kirk found out. And you know this is a lucrative business. Gambling and traffic tickets is lucrative. You know what I'm saying? Because them traffic tickets add up, you know? They're very lucrative, okay? So it is just crazy to see all of this stuff tying all together and coming all together as one piece, as one whole picture with all these different puzzle pieces. Like, this is crazy, y'all. This is so freaking crazy. And now y'all now trying to do this under the guise of God? Are you kidding me? You're now doing it under the guise of God and church. That's insane. You're trying to take some of our purest souls, some of our most vulnerable souls, the youth, and have them potentially, allegedly, potentially, maybe perhaps involved in traffic tickets. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. That's dark. That's real fucking dark. And yes, indeed, we need to pray for Candace because if these are the things that she's unveiling. These are the things that she is combating. These are the businesses that she is interrupting the flow of their finances. That is a problem. And y'all know they normally deal with these problems. It's just her luck that she is a loved podcaster, to whereas if she come up missing, they gonna notice. People will notice, okay? People won't notice certain people coming up missing. Candace Owens coming up missing, yeah, motherfucker gonna notice, and it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, man, today was crazy for me. I was so hyped, so geeked watching Candace Owens. Then I watched Barry, had my good laugh, was hyped. Then I watched Stu Peterson, I got scared. Okay, that's why I got scared. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Stu Peterson, I got scared watching that one because what is happening? So that also let me know that I need to cover more of his content. I'm just not going to be able to cover it over here the way I want to. So y'all already know where to find me. Sam's Fam on YouTube. Because we over there. We ain't here, y'all. Yes. I love it. I'll see y'all later. If anything, drop on X. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Bye, cousins.